Running around fixing this and that, giving it up to God and then taking it back. Best release and let it go. You don't even have to think about it no more. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Well, get out the way. Let God do his thing. Look like the weight of the world on your back. Just take a deep breath and cut yourself some slack. All that drama ain't good for you. You couldn't change what is if you wanted to. Get out of the way. I said get out of the way. All right. Well, get out the way and let God do his thing. All right, Terry. Here we go. Gonna flow, tide's gonna rise without your say so. The universe is working, the good show's flowing. You don't plant a seed, then dig it up to see if it's growing. Yeah, get out of the way. I said get out of the way. Well, get out the way and let God
All right, now, Kelley, you get out of the way.
I'm gonna get out the way.
I swear. Y'all ready to sing? Kelley done sang. Let's all stand and sing I Release.
Let go, I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah, let's keep singing. Let's keep singing. A Kelley Hunt song. Yeah?
This is a new day.
This is a new day
for us. This is a new day.
This is a new day
for us. This is a new way.
This is a new way
for us. Don't you know it this morning? This is a new way.
This is a new
This is a new life.
It's a new life
for us. This is a new life for us. Oh, this is a new hope for us. This is a new hope. This is a new world for us. Oh, this is a new world for us. And don't you know this is a new love for us? This is a new love for us.
Yes, it is.
What a beautiful morning already. And it is indeed a new day. And this is the day that God as us has made. So let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Absolutely. I love all the new stuff that we were just affirming there. New world, new love, new life, new us. I like that.
Yeah, it's
I like
beautiful.
that.
Beautiful, beautiful. I am Reverend Jacquie Fernandez, and I'm your senior minister.
I'm your associate minister, Reverend Eileen Stulak.
So we welcome you this morning. Those of you who have been attending for 20 years or more, those of you who may have walked in for the first time today, those who are tuned in online on YouTube and Facebook, we greet you. And today or in the future, we get to say that, right? We are all sort of time shifters.
We are. There's a big shifter in the room this morning.
There is a big shifter
Yeah,
in the room.
I know there's some good news
Not
we want to
mentioning
share.
any names, Lily Sandberg.
Please,
Oh,
yes.
did I say that?
Mention
That
her
was my
name,
out loud
yes.
voice, Lily Sandberg. More on her later.
The now
It's
even
anticipation,
sooner.
anticipation.
It's the now even sooner to be
Well, there-
Reverend.
Yes.
Lily
even
Sandberg.
sooner
Yes,
to
we're
soon to be
gonna have
reverend.
some
Yeah,
fun
we're gonna
with
talk
Lily
about that. You can
today.
clap. Yes, let's clap. Let's clap. We're gonna clap some more in a little bit. That's beautiful. We also have a special guest in the room, Denise Erminger, who will be serving as our parliamentarian for our special membership meeting after service. Welcome, Denise. And we're so glad that you joined us for our service as well. So let's center in and settle into this time and space, this today which God as us has made, has divinely crafted for the purpose of our greatest good, serving the work of love, the work of spirit, the work of oneness. So we affirm this truth in us and as us, that we are one. We are joy-filled, love-filled, wise beings to the extent we allow it. So we open the heart and allow more love, more God, more wisdom, more joy, more of what today might be as we lean in to one another, to community, and into our purpose as the light in the world.
And in unity, let us affirm our foundational statement of truth together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, the source of our good. And we know we are blessed always. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelley and Fred, James, Terry. Thank you, Reverends Eileen and Jacquie, and our interpreter, Stacy Storm. We're so happy to be today. And as a lot of you can see as you look around, we recently relaxed the requirement on wearing masks. And we just want to affirm, if you would like to continue to wear a mask, that's great. If you don't want to, that's wonderful too. We just affirm health and wholeness for all.
Next, our Yarn Blessing group has gotten off to a wonderful start, and their next meeting will be next Sunday at 2 p.m. This will be a teaching session and will be held in the cafe area just outside the sanctuary. A suggested love offering of $10 would be greatly appreciated.
And the Overland Park Stream Clean event is taking place next Saturday, April 2nd. And we're currently enrolling a team of volunteers to help clean the stream at 103rd and Metcalf from 10 a.m. to noon. There's a sign-up sheet on the name tag table in the back of the sanctuary, and along with additional details about where to meet and what to wear. And that information is also available in our weekly e-news.
And also, please mark your calendars for our Good Friday service, which will be held on Friday, April 15th at 7 p.m. This communion service will be a concert of gospel hymns, as in that old-time religion, as we close out our Lenten season, where we have let go of ideas, habits, and thoughts that no longer serve us to create more space for our highest good. Kelley Hunt and Alina Ross will sing us through this spiritual experience designed by our ministerial team and prayer chaplains.
And lastly, there's a wonderful Coming Home to Unity retreat at Unity Village on April 21st through 24th. It's Explore the Enneagram, and it will be facilitated by Reverend Jacquie and Reverend Carla McClellan, with music by Kelley Hunt. Throughout the retreat, you'll discover how personality traits inform behavior and how to use the Enneagram to improve your life and relationships. The schedule will also provide several windows of time to enjoy Unity Village, explore its history, as well as meditation, yoga, a campfire burning bowl ritual, and more. UCOP congregants can receive a 20% discount. Just contact Reverend Jacquie prior to registering. More information can be found in our e-news and at the UCOP and Unity Village websites.
And now, let's speak the joint vision statement of the Unity Movement. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
And as Reverend Jacquie comes to join me here, we're going to take some time to bless our prayer requests that we've received over the past week or so, and also bless our offering, and then Jackie's going to offer a very special celebratory blessing for Lily. And so in today's daily word, there is a sentence that says that divine order provides a foundation for all growth and a blueprint for all manifestation. And so as we think about those who have asked us for prayer, those of us sitting right here and online with us right now who have prayers in our own hearts for our own selves or members of our family and circles of friends, let's start there with divine order. Let's stand on that foundation of divine order that supports us through whatever may be before us in our lives. And so we hold in our hearts those who have sent their prayer requests to us, entrusting us with some of the most poignant aspects of their lives. Whether it be celebratory or challenging, we allow that divine order to make itself known, to bring forth into manifestation that which is for each and every one of our highest and greatest goods. And knowing that that foundation will never have a crack, will never falter in any way, we can, in faith, release these prayers now and send them forth and allow Spirit to do Spirit's work in and through our lives and all those that we hold in prayer this morning. And for that we are grateful. Amen. As you all are likely aware by now, we are a giving ministry when it comes to our financial abundance and prosperity. We like to call this our spiritual gifts that we send forth into the greater community, whether it's just across the street or around the world somewhere. And each month we want to share with you who will be those recipients because they have blessed us in some way, and we want them to continue to flourish and do their good and follow their missions in this world. And so this month we will be sending our gifts to the World Central Kitchen, who does such wonderful, wonderful work providing meals where it is necessary and has been doing some work in the area of the Ukraine, and also to the Global Empowerment Network. And this is a network that is helping Ukraine refugees move forward from out of Poland. And so we bless those organizations and all who support them, all who work for them and with them in doing this wonderful good that is so needed and so gratefully received right now in our world. And so let's send these gifts and our own that we hold in our hands and our hearts this morning to support the mission of this ministry. Let's speak these words of blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am joy-filled and grateful. Amen.
Amen. And so now I would like to invite Lily, the soon-to-be Reverend Lily, walking on reverent air,
All right.
to the front. Oh yeah, it's coming, June 13th. So in the process of becoming a minister, you check in with a panel of ministers, several panels of ministers over the course of the 4-year program. And this last week, Lily had her final check-in with that panelist. And on yesterday, right here at Plex Pod, we were meeting for our Folks with Faith group. And just after the meeting, she had her call where she was read the decision. And I'll let you speak it. Let's grab that mic.
Recommended for ordination in June, which means they'll let me graduate, y'all.
All right.
Yes. Oh, Lily, we are so delighted that you chose. For those of you who don't know, Lily was our intern, our ministerial intern. She chose UCOP as one of the places of her internship last fall, and then easily folded herself into the community and continues to serve on the steering committee for our Folks with Faith affinity group. And you do so much for us. You continue to do that. So we are delighted that you have made your home here with us, and it is our great joy to celebrate this divine appointment for you, knowing that since the beginning of time, you have been ordained for this moment. It is by design, by divine design, that Spirit saw fit to create out of you a unity minister. So before too long, we will be calling you Reverend Lily Sandberg. And it is with great joy in our hearts that we give you the unity blessing. Lily, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ as you. And so we are so delighted to see what the future brings through the divine, through God as you, dear Reverend Lily Sandberg. And it is our great joy to celebrate you in this moment.
Well, what a fun morning. Congratulations to soon-to-be Reverend Lily. All right. 1, 2, 3. Well, we've been on this road forever, worn out thousands of our shoes, made trails through the mystery land, sang our praises, cried our blues, remembered all the lost souls, ones that we carry in our breast, and every winding road, all of the hurts we laid to rest. Come on and walk with me, my good friends, cross over the great divide to the land of milk and honey. Stars are out, horizons wide. Come on and walk with me, my good friends, cross over the great divide to the land of milk and honey. Hearts are open, Lord, and the vision is wide. Now there were some who thought that we would never make it to the promised land. Doubt and grief would overtake us, but then faith would lend a hand. When we walk this way together, goodness is within our reach. See all the fields of plenty, let's start living the dream of peace. Come on and walk with me, my good friends, cross over the great divide to the land of milk milk and honey. Stars are out, horizons wide. Come on, walk with me. My good friends, cross over the great divide to the land of milk and honey. Hearts are open, Lord, the vision is wide. You know I have faith that everything is gonna be alright. Yeah, keep your eyes on the prize and everything will be alright. Alright, come on and walk with me. My good friends across over the great divide to the land of milk and honey. Stars are out, horizons wide. Come on and walk with me. My good friends cross over the great divide to the land of milk and honey. Hearts are open, Lord, the vision is wide. Oh yes it is, alright, I can see it, yeah. Oh come on, come on, come on, come on and walk with me. Everybody walk on, walk with me. I said, oh, walk on. Ooh, everything'll be all right. Oh, yes it will. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelley Hunt. The land of milk and honey. Today we are on the fourth Sunday of our Lenten series, which is all about Sabbath, divine rest. Anyone gonna take a nap today? Anyone have a real good nap yesterday? And we know that in unity we take everything to the metaphysical interpretation level, so we go deeper with it. So we might wonder, what does divine rest look like metaphysically? So I invite you to remember back, those of you who were here last week, not me, but I was watching online, and our guest speaker, Donna Watson, talked about how she was told growing up by the church what to do with the 10% of her wealth, but not what to do with the other 90%. And it got me thinking about today's concept of divine rest, of Sabbath. We're kind of told the same thing of what not to do. Don't work, right? The little instruction we get is to keep the Sabbath holy, but what does that mean exactly? What does that mean exactly? So metaphysically, Charles Fillmore offers us this in Keep a True Lent. The true Sabbath is the consciousness that we have fulfilled the divine law in both thought and act. Okay, what does that mean? We have fulfilled the divine law in thought and act. So we are in alignment. We have done something that is the fulfillment of our own divine purpose. The Sabbath is a very certain and definite thing. Not quite a definition yet, right? But it's very certain and definite. We're getting there. It is a state of mind that we enter or acquire when we go into the silence, into the realm of spirit. Okay, so prayer, connection, communion with the divine is the Sabbath. And Scripture also tells us to pray without ceasing. So what else might this mean? What else is for us in this gift of the Sabbath? Because what we know is the universe itself never ceases, right? There is, that sort of seventh day of rest. There's not every 7 days, everything in the universe just stops, right? We would fall off the planets, right? Gravity would stop. Oxygen would stop. Light would stop. So it's not that. It's not just stopping. And it's not necessarily every seventh day That is an idea for a pattern, a rhythm, and it's true that as creatures of habit, pretty much everything we do is in rhythm. This is the natural state of the universe. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, spring, summer, autumn, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I get dressed, I read the paper or make my coffee, or we have rhythms that we operate by. And our heart, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Our breath, in, out, in, out. And when a rhythm is broken, a rhythm to which we have become accustomed is broken, it can be lethal, emotionally, physically, spiritually. It can stop everything. So, the spiritual practice is to plan for Sabbath, because every pattern we have, maybe it's a thought pattern. I hear someone say something and it triggers this thought pattern in me. When every time that someone says something, this is how I feel, this is what I think, this is here we go again, every time. And that's also a pattern from which we could choose to take a Sabbath. And then the question becomes, what do we do in that Sabbath? So, about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, my wife and I joined a gym. And we've been exploring all the different types of classes, and most specifically the yoga classes, because they have a wide variety of yoga classes. So the first one I signed up for was Surrender. They offer it Sunday afternoons, and what better way for a minister to spend her Sunday afternoon than Surrender Yoga, right? Deep breathing, relaxation. Let me read you the description of the class. Well, let me read you the part of the description I read. This slow, meditative yin yoga practice is designed to mindfully, and I was like, I'm in, sign me up. And I went to this slow, meditative, mindful yoga class. And about 5 minutes in, I was really upset with the instructor. So surrender yoga is not the same as restorative yoga. And I thought I was going to restorative yoga. I have been to restorative yoga before, and in restorative yoga, you hold poses for a long time, but they're gentle. The purpose of restorative yoga is to relax, is to allow the body to heal. Your focus is to breathe oxygen into any pain point in your body, and it's very gentle. And you use bolsters and blocks and blankets and soft eye pillows and all of these things that make you feel more comfortable than you were just a minute ago, and it leads you through. That's what I was expecting my surrender yoga to be. Surrender. The rest of the description, this slow, meditative yin yoga practice, we'll come back to that yin. I didn't know what that meant. That would have been my first clue. Is designed to mindfully stress your body's connective tissues as you breathe into the ever-changing sensations that arise in a long-held pose. That is very different than restorative yoga, thank you very much, designed to stretch connective tissues. So you do move slowly. From the outside, to someone who maybe doesn't know this or that about yoga, it might look the same as restorative yoga because it is very slow. You're holding a pose for 5 excruciating minutes. And these aren't the gentle poses completely supported by blankets and eye pillows and bolsters and meant to help you relax. These are meant, yin yoga is specifically designed to stress your connective tissues, which is not just a physical stress, people. It is a mental stress because you face every idea of limitation you have about your own body in these poses. I'm telling you, I was crying before it was over. And it was a releasing sort of cry, because, I'm feeling stuck here. I don't feel like my body can do this. And yet, here I hold. So back to the breath. This, that, and I don't think the body was designed to do this. I mean, my toe, there's a bone in my toe I didn't even know I had, and it's hurting right now. You know, these are the kinds of things that are happening through surrender, yin yoga. So in thinking about rest and divine rest, I thought of that because from the outside it might look the same. And really, there is a certain kind of Sabbath that is happening in the yin yoga. It's a Sabbath for your muscles, departing from what they normally do and resting in this pose, stretching, stressing just a little bit. And it will eventually lead you to your healing. Restorative yoga, specifically designed for relaxation and healing, and it's a different kind of space that is being held. And isn't that the same as the kind of Sabbaths or rest that we take from thought patterns, from life? When we stop doing something, it might look like a nap. And a nap can look very different. It's same on the outside. There's somebody laying there with their eyes closed, or maybe in a recliner with their eyes closed. But what's happening internally could be stress and a breaking down of thought patterns, or it could be relaxation and healing and wholeness. And so there is neither one that is right or wrong or better or worse. There's not one that I'm going to tell you you should choose, though if you choose surrender yoga, please know what you're getting yourself into. It's the awareness that you know what you're choosing, because both are valid, both experiences are valid. And so if a Sabbath for you is a Sabbath from a relationship, I'm just going to take a break from this relationship. If it's a Sabbath from doing a thing that brings you great stress, if it is a Sabbath of doing something that brings you great joy, because what are you maybe escaping by doing this thing over here that brings you great joy? Maybe there is something over here that needs your attention. So it's about the awareness of how we take our divine rest. And so what I want to share with you, to take this just a little deeper, is some examples from our own community of what has been done in a time of Sabbath, in a time of stepping away. So if, as Charles Fillmore says, that our perfect Sabbath experience is all about connecting to God, is about praying, then the next question might become, well, how then shall we pray? And our master teacher, Jesus, had a very clear answer for that, didn't he? The Lord's Prayer is what we call it. So we're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer, and we're going to hear the traditional song. I know some of you are jumping up and down for joy about this. It's been a while since we heard it. We're going to hear it today. And then we're going to hear two different interpretations of the Lord's Prayer that have been created out of a Sabbath experience. Thank you, Kelley. And now I'm going to invite up our Kitty Shea, and I'm going to ask you to go ahead and go up to the platform. You can take this microphone with you. Kitty sent me an email about a month ago, and I knew immediately that this is something, if she were willing, that we needed to share on a Sunday. And so I invited her to actually make the sharing, and at first she said, no, I can't do that, you can just read it. So I came prepared today to read it, and then here comes Kitty Shea.
Thanks,
Take two. Here comes Kitty Shea. You say it 5 times real fast.
I won't tell you all the ways that's been said before.
Yeah. And she says, I can do it. So, please,
Well,
Kitty.
on that note, I will tell you, I retired over 10 years ago, but I used to do public speaking to small groups, 50 to 75, and there was an event at the Marriott, which that's what we expected. And then these people, they were opening the ballroom doors, and these people kept coming, and there were over 300 people. And I can't say right now what I was saying, but my supervisor said, go out there and pretend like they're all naked. Thank you for not being naked. That did not work for me. And for those that remember the deodorant question, don't let them see you sweat, I'm sweating. Okay, on that note, on February 22nd, I sent an email to Jacquie. Greetings, Reverend Jacquie. For many years, my fallback has always been the Lord's Prayer. When anxiety would set in, or at a time I didn't know what to say, or even if I couldn't sleep, I would say it over and over. I think you know I had COVID in December, January, 3 weeks literally in bed. There were mornings I was very disappointed that I woke up. After that time, I went to my backup Lord's Prayer hundreds of times. At some point, I started asking myself, what does this prayer really mean to me? I'm sure in the past, and even now in some circles, it would be considered blasphemous for me to rewrite the Lord's Prayer. Not that that is my intention whatsoever. When you started our series, Lost in Translation, I thought about maybe sharing this with you. Once I was finally able to really think and get it out and get it on paper during my COVID days, I realized why I have always used it as my backup. I still say the actual Lord's Prayer, but having thought it through was cathartic for me. In this respect, I feel that COVID was actually a blessing for me. Anyway, here it is. Our Father, my protector and my guide, holy and sacred is your name. Your kingdom, where I live, deep within my soul, just as you live within me, right here on this earth, creating heaven through the only expression of pure love. You provide and bless me, my every day, with all I could ever need in great abundance. By this, I'm very humbled and grateful. You show compassion and forgiveness for me in the ways that I may show up as anything less than pure love. You teach and guide me to forgive others with authentic compassion to all of those that may appear to me as anything but pure love. You protect and guide me from harm, from myself and from others. You save me from danger. You show and demonstrate to me how to be harmless. For your kingdom dwells inside of my heart and my soul. Your love lives within me, sharing and showing me the power, your splendor, your bliss, each and every day and for all time, each and every moment. I know with you all is well all the time. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. So it's not that everything stops in the Sabbath iteration or phase of any pattern that we are in. Great creativity and love and expression, connection with God continues in that. And now we've all been blessed by that experience that you had, Kitty. Thank you for sharing your heart and your experience. And so later this summer, we are going to take a deep dive into the 7 days of creation and the creative process and pattern that is set forth in that. And Sabbath is part of it. And so it is not the undoing of things, it's not the absence of doing of things. It is part of the pattern that we are always in. And so always the challenge or the opportunity is to bring our attention to it so that we are doing it with awareness and with intention, just as we do or don't do anything else. And it's always bringing us to our being, and how we be, right? Not as much as how we do or what we do, but how we be. And so now I'm going to invite Fred to share with us, Fred and Kelley, I think, but Fred will talk to us about a song that he wrote that is his version of the Lord's Prayer.
Well, that's it. No. Thank you, Kitty. You said, what does this mean to me? And I was having that thought about the Lord's Prayer in 2015, my notes say. I thought, really, I've been saying this all my life, and how can I really internalize it? And because it's me, I thought it should be a song. Also, I was releasing that beautiful piece that we just did, the Malad. It had felt like it had served its time with me as a church musician around this time. And so I sat down and went line by line, stanza by stanza in the Lord's Prayer to see if something would come up in song form. And so it's, of course, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, became Creator of all, you are holy. And so we will sing holy for you now.
Holy,
So I invite you to take some time this week and ask yourself the question, what is my Sabbath song? What is my Sabbath prayer? And spend some time journaling. Or if you're a tactile person, what might I build as a demonstration of a Sabbath? And let it be a spiritual experience for yourself. Perhaps there is something you need to take a Sabbath from. Perhaps like the winter comes after a spring and a summer growing season and then the fall harvest, and the earth takes a Sabbath to regenerate and recuperate to prepare for the next growing season. What does that look like for you right now in your life? Give yourself the gift of making space for that question and for the answer to flow from you. There's no wrong answer. It is awareness that is the key for you. And as we know from Charles Fillmore, Sabbath is a very certain and definite thing. So ask yourself the question and allow it to appear to you this week, knowing that all is well. Blessings.
Thank you, Reverend Jacquie. Rest, Sabbath, prayer. Let's take this all in, going within in our hearts, our minds, into the holy presence of the One. In the presence of the One, in the presence of the truth, all is here, all is whole, all is well. All is well. In the presence of the One, in the presence of the truth, all is here, all is whole, all is well, all is well.
So we center in, bringing our attention to the breath. If it is comfortable for you to close your eyes, do so, or just gently soften your gaze to cue your body toward meditation, introspection, reflection. This is a sort of Sabbath of its own during our service. During our Sunday celebration, we break apart for a little bit to go within. Knowing that our mind and our heart are in alignment with our divine purpose. That we are open to whatever might be revealed to us in this space of meditation. So we allow the body to be just as it is. If we note any tension or discomfort, invite it to release. If it chooses to stay, bless it. Allow the rhythm of the breath to be just as it is. Notice how the thoughts quiet. slow down just a bit, and maybe some strange thought comes into mind. Discern, is it here for you for this moment, or is it the monkey mind coming in for distraction? Either way, acknowledge and bless it. So as we continue our Lenten practice of Lectio Divina, I'll invite you now to open your eyes and look at the screen. I rest in the consciousness of the true Sabbath, and my heart is filled with joy and satisfaction. Just gaze at those words and read them at your own pace, over and over. And notice if any particular word or group of words take your attention. And when you notice that, just pause right there and be with those words. And as you are sitting with those words, invite them more deeply into your heart space and into your consciousness. Memorize those particular words that stand out for you, and if you're comfortable, gently close your eyes again, soften your gaze, or if you want to continue looking at those words, that's okay too. But fold them into your consciousness. Receive them as a gift for you today. Allow them to guide you in your Sabbath process today and in the near future. These words are meant for you, to prosper you, to encourage you, to bless you, not to shame you, not to discourage you, not to be a stumbling block to you. So release any of those kinds of thoughts or feelings that might be present. This is your divine gift designed for you today in this moment. Receive it as such, knowing that you are loved, knowing that the entire universe has your back and is animating you in each and every moment. This is your day. This is your gift. This is you as the perfect demonstration of God. And so it is.
In the presence of the One, in the presence of the truth, all is healed, all is whole, all is well, all is well. In the presence of the One, in the presence of the truth, all is healed, all is whole, all is well, all is well.
Well, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. She's got the wind and the rain in her hands. She's got the wind and the rain all in her hands. The wind and the rain in her hands. She's got the whole world in her hands. She's got the sun and the moon there in his hands. He's got the sun and the moon, Lord, in his hands. He's got the sun and the moon in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. She got the little bitty baby in her hands. She's got the little bitty baby there in her hands. The little bitty baby in her hands. She's got the whole world in her hands. All right. Do you feel it? Well, he's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, there in his hands. You and me, brother, in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. And she's got you and me, sister, in her hand. You and me, sister, Lord, in her hands. You and me, sister, right there in her hands. The whole world in her hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got everybody here. That's right. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Oh, yeah. Right now, right here.
Thank you, Kelley. Thank you, band. All right. And thank you, Barb, for joining me up here today. You guys may see she's new to the platform. And our volunteer recognition for this month is the hospitality team. This team arrives early to provide coffee and refreshments we all enjoy so much, and they stay later to clean up, put everything back in its place. And they always have a smile to share and put such love into everything they do. So join with me in showing our gratitude and appreciation for the hospitality team. After the service today, you can enjoy some of that hospitality out in the cafe. You can stop by the Script fundraiser table to purchase gift cards for your everyday shopping needs, and come back to the sanctuary for our special membership meeting.
I can't believe I forgot my microphone. But it's a short, it's very short. All right, now let's join in speaking our mission statement together. Unity Church of Overland Park transforms lives and empowers people to make a difference in the world. Please join us next week as our Lenten series continues. Reverend Jacquie will offer a lesson titled Oneself and Oneself. Sounds really good. And Danny Cox will be our guest soloist. Now, let's welcome in our children.
Good morning, everyone. So as you know, last week, it was just me and Fiona, and we actually started reorganizing our cart, our big craft cart. So we did the bottom shelf last week, and then this week we actually worked mostly on the top shelf, which was almost twice as much stuff. But while we were all cleaning that up, they were, doing their usual little crafts, we found this little tiny guy named Alfred that they've been looking for months. So they realized he's still alive, so they made this whole little hospital and they put Alfred in recovery. They made his little family, and he's got a little bed, so he's healing up right now. So we kind of talked about...
And a little, help remote that you can, press a button and it, calls the front.
Yeah, they did all kinds of stuff. He's been well taken care of. but we just had a really good talk about, when you lose stuff, sometimes it'll come back to you, and things just kind of happen like that. So it was a pretty chill day overall. And now let's all stand and sing our peace song.
The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. So for those of you who will be staying for our special membership meeting, you'll please want to register at the registration table so you can receive your package with your ballots. And those of you who are heading out, have a beautiful, wonderful day. And we'll see you next week. Blessings.
Okay.